Would you like to know? Are you curious to know? Are you self-doubting, or maybe there is a sort of critical thought in your mind that if you want to get into spirituality, if you are a spiritual person and you are wanting to progress in your spiritual practices, is it good to be a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian person? Okay, this I'm just trying to create this video. I had created a video earlier in which I did not mention these things that I'm going to mention in this video, because there was a recently there was this little bit of conflict, that was created by, because some person, criticized Swami Vivekanand. And because of that, I just felt that it is good to touch on this topic. It's the right time to touch on this topic, because it's been a long time I said something on this topic here. Okay, so yes, so make sure that you watch this entire video till the end to get the entire scoop. Okay, stay tuned. Also, make sure that you watch the part 1 of this video, which I created way back, like a few years back. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned. So, yes, usually, anybody who is into spirituality, anybody who wants to attain some levels in spirituality, they use meditation and all that. They usually, you may have heard countless people saying it is always, you have to be a vegetarian if you want to meditate. You have to be a vegetarian if you want to practice yoga. You have to be a vegetarian if you want to practice spirituality. So all of this leads to, people doubting, that if when they are a non-vegetarian person, when you are a meat eater, it may be like a question to yourself. It may be like a self-doubt whether you can actually do that or not and meditate both at the same time. Okay, so see, there are few things I'm going to discuss here with you. So make sure that you accept these with open mind, because this is not what I said. This is actually based on certain scriptures. And yes, I did not write those scriptures. Okay, so yes, if you are very much intrigued, if you are very much curious, you can actually read further those scriptures in details so that you can learn it for yourself. Okay, so make sure that you watch this entire video till the end to get the entire scoop. Okay, stay tuned. So the very first, the very famous person, very famous spiritual person, very famous meditation, somebody who did meditation, somebody who taught meditation, was Swami Vivekananda. And he was, his spiritual level is such a great level that, people now, people in today's reality, they cannot even dream of the spiritual states that Swami Vivekananda experienced while he was born in this world, and he never thought that that was something extraordinary. He was born that way. He was born with all that spiritual level. So he just felt that everybody feels that way. Everybody meditates and they see those things, what he was seeing. Okay, so Swami Vivekananda is like, the first person that I would like to mention. He used to eat non-vegetarian food. He used to be a meat eater. He used to really enjoy it. And I don't think that there is anything wrong in it. I feel that in spirituality, especially if you're working with your chakras, your crown chakra, it is actually going to open up only if you have nourished your brain really well. Okay, and brain needs the nourishment with B vitamins. You know that vitamins cannot be attained from plants, from vegetables or fruits. Okay, B vitamins are attained only from animal products, including dairy products as well as meat. Okay, so yes, so that would be the number one thing that I would like to mention. The second thing I would like to mention is, Aghora. Aghoris are actually people who practice very, very extreme level of, spiritual practices with dead bodies and all, they practice even with animal blood and all. So these are the people who consume non-vegetarian food, plus, they attain meditation states also, they meditate also. So I don't think that there is any restriction in your practices if you are restriction in your practices, if there is any any yes, you may find any that you may not progress if you are eating meat. That is not at all, the problem here. Okay, so you can be a meat eater and you can still progress on spiritual paths and you will be totally fine. Next thing is, you may feel that meat eating, animal products when you consume, those are tamasic. Okay, tamasic foods. This was the biggest, this was the biggest, myth that everybody had till now, that animal products, meat, fish, eggs, etc., they are actually considered tamasic foods. And when you have tamasic foods, it destroys the purity inside you. Non-vegetarian products are not tamasic, they are rajasic. Okay, they are not even sattvic. They are rajasic foods. And rajasic foods are something that yes, it's like walking on the blade of a sword. Okay, on one side you have sattvic food, on one side you have tamasic food. When you are walking on a blade of a sword, there are full chances that you may fall on the sattvic side or you may fall on the tamasic side, which is why, since like so many years, like for hundreds and hundreds years, people have always stressed on consuming sattvic food, having a sattvic lifestyle, having sattvic kind of thoughts. That is why people consider being sattvic more rather than, tamasic. But non-veg is not tamasic, it is rajasic. Okay. So yes, so if you are consuming non-vegetarian food, you still have the choice that you still take a sattvic path. Okay. Also, anybody who is consuming only sattvic foods, okay, there are full chances, see, there are some or the other activities, there are some or the other things that you do throughout the day that will be rajasic. Okay, and anything that is of a rajasic nature, there are full chances that you may fall on the sattvic side or you may take the tamasic side. So don't consider yourself super great if you are totally into sattvic foods. Okay, you still may be doing certain rajasic things. You may still be consuming certain rajasic things that will make you fall on the tamasic side. Okay, so yes, so here, the non-vegetarian problem is not a problem. Yes, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. You need to dig deeper into that. About tamasic foods, according to Ayurveda, tamasic foods are the foods that are spoiled, that are stale. So those foods, you have lost your right over that food, because that food has been started consuming, it has been started decomposing, and microorganisms, they start multiplying in there. So you lose the right over it, because yes, the microbes have started developing in that food. Okay, so yes, so that is what is known as the tamasic food. And still, if you still consume tamasic food, they say that, that you may fall sick, you may hurt your health. Definitely that is going to happen, right? The next, in the Atharva Ved, okay, there are like four major Vedas, and in the Atharva Ved, right, Rig Ved, Yajur Ved, Atharva Ved, and Sama Ved. These are the four Ved, and in Atharva Ved, there are Vedic mantras that are given. That, when you chant those Vedic mantras while you are cutting an animal. Okay, when you are killing an animal, if you chant those Vedic mantras, you will not get the bad karma of killing that animal. Okay, yes, Atharva Ved, it mentions that, there are some cases when, eating an animal will become unavoidable, and in that case, if you yes, kill the animal while chanting those mantras, that bad karma will not come back to you. Okay, that will be like very shocking to you. You may say, okay, but where? I do have Atharva in my house. It is available on the Amazon. Just go ahead and get it and then start reading it. Okay. I have not read it completely. I did go through a few mantras, a few shlokas, and I did see, there was a mantra for that also. The next is, Bhrigu Samhita. Bhrigu Samhita is also a ancient Indian text, that mentions a lot of different things, how to look into your birth chart, etc., etc. Bhrigu Samhita also mentions that it specifically mentions that if women are consuming non-vegetarian food, they do not get the bad karma of that dead animal, of killing that dead animal, because women are losing blood every month. It is very difficult to again regain. It is very difficult to regain your nutritional level up to the optimal level, about up to the level that it should be, for a human body, month after month, which is the reason why, women are devoid of that bad karma of killing that animal. The next is Puran, okay, Srimad Bhagavad Puran. This is a Puran that is based on, yes, Bhagavad Puran means it mentions all the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu, and how God actually plays his part of, creating the universe, destroying the universe by pralay or apocalypse, whatever you call it. So in that also, it is mentioned that the birth into a human body is very, very priceless. There are so many souls. Human body actually goes through 84 lakh births, so that finally they get to take birth as a human. And if being in a human body, the number one purpose for you is to unite with God, to connect with God, to release all your bad karmas so that you can attain moksha. Okay, so you have been given, that role, you have been given that purpose if you are born as a human, so you cannot waste your human birth. So just in case, if you get lost and you don't have any food, in order to save your human body, in order to nourish your human body, even if it is essential to kill an animal and nourish yourself, then also, you can do that, but you cannot waste your human birth. Okay, so yes, so this is mentioned by in, Srimad Bhagavad Puran. That also is in, I do have in my house. Don't say that I am making this up. Especially a video on non-vegetarian food is something, it's like very controversial to talk on this topic, because people just don't want to hear it. They just want to hear vegetarian, vegetarian, vegetarian. That's it. Okay, so yes, I'm not making up anything. This is what is actually found in our scriptures also. Next, even Ayurveda, Ayurveda also, a lot of people say, oh, if you are consuming Ayurvedic medicines, you will have to become a vegetarian person. That is not the case. Dr. Vasant Lad, he is a he's like, he has done very good research, and he has written a lot of amazing books on Ayurveda. He also mentions in his book that in order to heal your body, certain Ayurvedic medicines, there are certain Ayurvedic treatments that will actually tell you to consume meat, that will actually ask you to consume animal products, so that you can heal your body quicker. Okay, see, there are even certain things that sometimes even doctors will tell you that, if you want to survive in the best way, if you want to use the faculties of your body in the best way, it would be good that you eat animal products. And that is totally fine. If it is like helping you function normally, then just go ahead and eat it. Don't think twice. Don't think that you're doing bad karma. Okay, the next is, I have also read about Tibetan monks. Okay, Tibetan monks, they actually, who are in a monastery, who practice God realization and all of that. They actually consume a lot. They do consume some very, very plain foods. They don't consume a lot of spices, very, very fancy way, or food that is prepared in a very fancy way. They don't consume such food. They just consume simple food. And in those Tibetan monks also, they consume eggs. Okay, because eggs are very good for the brain. So yes, monks are somebody, these sages are somebody who work with their chakras a lot. And if you want your crown chakra to perfectly function, it is important that feed enough stuff that is rich in with B vitamins. Okay, so yes, and B vitamins will not be found in any vegetables or fruits. Okay, so yes, so forget vegetables and fruits. If you want your crown chakra to function properly, it is going to be important that you nourish it well with B vitamins. And then the final thing, I want to say is there are certain monks, there are certain monks that actually wander from one forest to another. They just wander and they ask for food. Okay, they are somebody who have abandoned the normal life. No, they have abandoned the materialistic life, and in order to attain oneness with God, so what they do, They just ask for food. Whatever the food they get, they eat it. If they don't get any food, they don't eat it. Okay, they just feel that, they just take it that God did not want them to eat that day, so they did not find any food. And in that case, those monks, even if they were offered some meat, any animal product, they had to eat it, because yes, that is what God is giving them. Okay, so yes, so this is it that I wanted to share with you. I hope that this makes sense with you. Let me know in the comments, something that what you think about this video. Okay, as I said earlier, I have not made up anything. All of this is well researched, on this topic. So yeah, try to share this video with as many people as you can, especially somebody who is yes, who is into spirituality and who is confused about veg or non-veg food. Yeah, try to share this video with that person. If you have liked this video, hit the like button, and I will see you again in my next video. Do stay subscribed to my channel. Until then, keep following the path of your soul's purpose, because you are born for a reason. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.